Hello, today I want to talk about what is parts work. Parts work is a common term used in internal family systems therapy, which was coined by Richard Schwartz, but it's also used in a lot of different types of therapy. That's just where it's most popular. We use parts work in our program, Primal Trust, as well to help people heal from chronic illness and trauma. So let's talk about what parts are. Parts are aspects of your inner psyche. It's not like having multiple personalities, although sometimes it can feel that way when a part of you takes over your brain state. Think of a time where maybe in 1 minute you were just super upset trying to control something, and the next minute the doorbell rings, you go to the door, and it's like a whole different part takes over, and you're like, "Hi, how are you?" And just a minute ago, you were completely in controlling upset. So that would be shifting from one part or one brain state to another. Parts, there are a few main parts of us that are often discussed in internal family systems, although I think there are actually many, many, many different types of parts. But a few of the main ways that parts are classified are the exile, the manager, and the firefighter. The exile is often the younger part of us that holds deep, intense emotion. It's very vulnerable. There's often a lot of unmet needs. Things happen to this part of you that felt ignored, unresolved. And this aspect of you goes into exile, or it's like put away where you're not in touch with it very much because it's simply so much emotion. There was no space to process what happened to that part at the time. And that is actually a part that we really need to meet if we're on that self-healing journey. Often when people meet this shame-filled, guilt-filled, exiled part and really come to understand it and feel those feelings alongside that part, a lot of energy gets released in the body. And I've seen amazing self-healing happen when we meet that part of ourselves through somatic experiencing, inquiry work, and other types of trauma resolution therapies. Another main part is called manager. It's like your type A go-getter for a lot of people. It's the part of you that keeps things going, keeps things in control, keeps the exile pushed aside so that you can stay high functioning. It can appear very healthy. Sometimes it can appear very unhealthy. A lot of people have that very functional, can be very perfectionistic, feeling like you really got life all together, but underneath of it all is constant pressure of perfectionism, constant pressure of I need to fix this or else. So it's actually an unhealthy state for the nervous system to be in that manager role, or that having that manager part be in control of your brain state at all times. And then there's another category called firefighters, which is kind of like an extreme version of the manager. Like they're the ones who impulsively engage out of trying to desperately solve a situation. Like, oh my goodness, this exile is starting to get triggered, and I'm just going to attack you because you're about to make me feel that shame I don't want to feel. Or it might, the firefighter might create an addictive behavior to immediately shut down some emotions. Sometimes it can cause dissociation and disconnecting. It's all about keeping this exile, this very fear-filled aspect of us with deep emotions away, because we're afraid of what could happen if they emerge, because at one point we couldn't tolerate that inner exile part. So in Primal Trust, we're often working on what we call the inner adult main personality, or the aspect of you that can feel all the feelings of these parts, that can hear their needs and can come up with higher and better solutions to meet those needs rather than the dysfunctional solutions that sometimes the parts create. And so part of nervous system rebalancing, the brain retraining, vagus nerve toning is to get this inner adult main personality brain state more engaged, more developed, so that we can do this deeper inner work of parts work, which we typically do more in the level 2 part of our Primal Trust program, because it's important to have a regulated inner adult present when you start meeting with these parts and dealing with their inner conflict, which can be a little tumultuous at times. So that is parts work in a nutshell. And if you want to learn more, I would recommend reading the book No Bad Parts by Richard Schwartz. It's a great summary of what parts work is and how to start relating to the parts inside of you.